Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain using for each remaining method of iterator interface for iterating through all the elements of the array list in Java. Let me answer. There are several ways of iterating through the elements of array list in Java. One is traditional for loop. Then we have enhanced for each loop. Then we can use one of the method, that is iterator method, and the iterator interface we can use. And the other one is a for each method along with the lambda expression we can use. And also there is another way that I'm going to cover in this session as an answer for this interview question, that is how to use for each remaining method of this iterator interface. Okay. So we have to use this with lambda expression again. Okay. And for calling this method, we have to use object reference of the iterator interface. So let's begin, guys. So once the practical demonstration is done, you will be able to understand this statement without any issues. Okay. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE, create a new class, right click new, create a new class. I'll just name this class as a class 24 with main method. Now, once I create this main method, inside this main method, I am going to create an array list. Array list, A list is equal to new array list. Now, Control Shift O, array list will be imported. Here, specify the type of the object, say integer, and here you can specify less than, greater than symbol, that's enough. And now add some elements into this, okay, add some elements, guys, okay. A list dot add some elements, then 9. Then A list dot add of, let's say 5. Then A list dot add of, let's say 7. Okay. Like that, add some elements. And after adding the elements, now I want to iterate through these elements, for which I told you there are several ways. One of the ways that I'm going to show you as an answer for this question is by using this for each remaining method. How to call this method? To call the method, we have to use iterator interface. To get that iterator interface, first I have to take this object reference and say iterator. I need to call this iterator method. This iterator method of this array list will return you an object of this iterator interface. I'll simply write itr, and the return type of this iterator method will come here over the mouse. Now we can use this iterator interface methods like as next and next with the help of while loop to make that process simplified. If you don't want to use that while loop with as next, right? Then there's another way where you can use this object reference itr dot for each remaining method you call. Okay. Instead of using while loop has next methods of this iterator interface, there is a simplest way, that is itr dot for each remaining method. And here inside that you provide circular brackets, and in that provide some element. For example, each and every element I'm passing. Let's say this is a lambda expression I need to pass as an argument for this method, guys. Okay. For this particular method, I need to pass the lambda expression. So here I'm going to write the lambda expression like this. Let's say ELE is stands for element. You can also say E also in circular brackets, E for element, or you can say I if you want. You can give any name. Okay. This is a parameter of the function. So as we already know that lambda expressions, simplify the process of functions. Okay. If you want to write a function in a single line, then we generally go for, to simplify the functions, we go for lambda expressions. So this is a parameter kind of stuff in case of functions, and in lambda expressions, we write the parameter here or list of parameters here. Okay. In circular bracket, I'm mentioning one parameter. And in lambda expressions, as per the syntax, we have to write this hyphen symbol, greater than symbol, followed by, I have to provide the curly braces, where inside this curly braces, I can write the function body. Any number of statements inside the function body I can write. For now, I'm writing only one statement, system.out.println. And here, whatever the parameter is there, I'm printing that. Okay. So what happens is when this particular for each remaining method is called, right, it will iterate through all these elements. First argument, 9 object will be passed to this parameter, and that 9 will be printed here. Here I have to end this particular statement inside the curly braces with semicolon so that we can add more statements. Okay. Inside the curly brace, we can add any number of Java statements as a function implementation or something. Okay. So simplified version of a function is nothing but lambda expression here. So if I run this code, you will see that all the elements will be iterated and all the elements of this array list will be printed with the help of for each remaining. You say 957 got printed. And also I can simplify this lambda expression that I'm passing to this for each remaining method of this iterator interface. That is, you see in lambda expression, if there are no parameters for the function, you have to compulsory provide circular brackets. But if there are at least one parameter available, it's not compulsory that you surround this parameter with circular brackets. You can put it like this, okay? No need to surround this with circular brackets. When there are no parameters, circular brackets are must. But if there are more than 0 parameters, that is at least one parameter is there, you can ignore the circular brackets and this symbol will stay. And you see here curly braces are there. And this curly braces also we can remove, guys, okay? We can remove the curly braces here because in this example, only one statement is there. Only one for one Java statement, you don't need the curly braces. It's optional. Okay, remove this. And also you can remove the semicolon because if curly brace is there means multiple statements of Java are expected. Hence, to segregate or separate, differentiate the multiple statements of Java, we have to end the statements with semicolon. But if there is only one statement and without curly braces, no semicolon is required. This is how we can simplify the lambda expression, which will print out, the elements that are passed by this for each remaining method from this array list elements to this parameter and from the parameter to the print statement. Okay, like this we can simplify and run this. We can get the same output. We'll get 957 printed in the output. So hope guys, you understood with practical demonstration how to use for each remaining method of iterator interface for iterating through all the elements of the array list in Java. Okay, this is a thing. Iterator interface object reference dot for each remaining, and here I'm writing the lambda expression and passing that as an argument for this for each remaining. And this is a simplified version of the function written in the lambda expression format. Okay, so with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.